Mom, come and see. Over here, come and see. The little boy was on his mom's hand in the grocery store. He was trying to show her his latest discovery. And another child I know, Annika, came running into the kitchen. Mom, you gotta see this. And Annika's mother immediately dropped what she was doing to witness what was so important. The cat was sleeping in the dog's bed. Annika couldn't believe it. Now, as adults, we don't get so excited as often, but there are some things. Monique rushed back on the trail to her waiting father. Dad, the waterfall is amazing. Come and see. And her dad breathed deeply and chuckled. Give me a minute. Let me catch my breath. I'm not as young as I used to be. So Monique sat beside her father and waited patiently. And finally, he took her by the hand and nodded. And she almost danced with joy and shouted, come on, come and see. And I remember when I saw each of my children crawling for the first time. I thought my heart was going to explode. Wendy, come here. Look, they're doing it. Ever since we were children, we've invited others to celebrate with us the discoveries of life. Come and see. Come and see it with me. Well, in our story, Jesus invites Philip. Then Philip invites Nathanael. And they invite because they have a deep, burning desire to share good news with someone they care about. In this case, the good news is the best news of all, Jesus himself. When Jesus finds Philip, he simply invites him, saying, follow me. He doesn't intimidate him. He doesn't launch into a long theological discourse. It's a simple invitation. Follow me. Now, Philip's response must have been a resounding yes, because he immediately goes to find Nathanael. And his invitation to Nathanael is also a simple one. Come and see. He isn't deterred by Nathanael's negative response because there's no need to debate it. Just come and see for yourself. Some years ago, at a Synod Assembly, I heard a startling statistic. It came from the vice president of the ELCA at that time, Addie Butler. He said, on average, a Lutheran invites someone to go to church with them once every 24 years. Listen to that again. Once every 24 years, a Lutheran invites someone to go to church. Actually, we at Hope may be skewing that average a bit because I've met several people over the last few weeks who came because someone had invited them. Still, I suspect that many of us can still sit back under our own fig tree with Nathanael and ask, can anything good come from Hope Lutheran? Can anything good come from our youth and family ministries? Can good come from anything we do? Maybe we need to open our eyes and take another look. Jesus already knows. He sees us under our fig tree. Years ago, in my first parish in western North Dakota, we hosted a rural plunge student from Wartburg Theological Seminary. The idea of the rural plunge is to help a student with limited rural experience by immersing them in rural life for a week so they can get a feel for what rural ministry is like. Well, on their way out on the train, the professor talked about this gospel story. People say, can anything good come out of North Dakota? You know, there's this misconception in seminary, and we're talking about seminary students here. The idea in seminary is that being sent to North Dakota is like being punished because it's the end of the earth. But with that program, North Dakota said, come and see for yourself. Jesus in our gospel said, very truly I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. He's saying that Jesus himself is where heaven and earth meet. But the professor read that and told them that when they got there and saw just how big their sky is, then you can literally see where heaven and earth meet. Well, I think the same thing when I see the sunset over one of our lakes. The colors mirrored in the shimmering waters. That's God reaching down to remind us that he's still around. Can anything good come from this church? Well, 1 month from today, I'll have been your pastor for 1 year. And the great thing about the first year is the things you get to see for the first time. The Faith for the Future kids said, come and see. And I came and I saw the energy and the excitement about being valued in the church and needed. And their joy in learning more about God. In them, I came and I saw. And I saw Jesus. The prison ministry team said, come and see. And I saw how treating someone with respect, like they're a child of God, someone who may have never heard or felt that before, can change that person's life. In them, I came and I saw. I saw Jesus. The men's Bible study said, come and see. And I saw their excitement about being with each other, their joy in growing in their faith, and their camaraderie in sharing each other's joys and pains. And in them, I saw Jesus. The busy bees said, come and see. So I spent some time with them, and I saw their fellowship and their joy in creating something to help a person they'll never meet, half a world away. And in them, I saw Jesus. I've seen you working in so many different ways, more than I can name in this sermon. Sometimes even the simple things, like stopping and talking to someone on the street or calling to check in on someone. Can anything good come out of hope? Well, in this last year, you said, come and see. And everywhere I went, I saw Jesus. That's what the church is about. The invitation is to come and see the Lord. Come and touch the waters of new life. Come and hear the words of good news. Come and taste the bread of life and the cup of mercy. With these things, Christ finds us and changes our lives. The Lord is here in this place. We are God's witnesses to that. But no one will ever know it if we don't tell someone. Imagine what this place would look like if each of us invited even one other person to come to church with us. What Jesus is doing in this place is exciting, and people need to see it because they need to see Jesus. So go from this place this week and invite someone. Come and see. Come and see what Jesus is doing. Amen.